What's up? What's good? What's going on? Good people. Welcome to System Breaker Conversations with Deshaun Ewing. I am your host, and I am glad that you are with me today. We have a phenomenal opportunity to have a dialogue and discussion with a civil rights leader, with a leader in education reform, a gentleman who, for many in Milwaukee, need no introduction, but I want to introduce him to you and have him introduce himself, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Dr. Howard Fuller. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Deshaun. I really appreciate you having me on, man.
I appreciate you accepting the invitation for me to reach out to you and you to get back to me as quickly as you did, and to want to be able to have a conversation with America. Because this is not just Milwaukee that we're talking to, but this is going to be the nation that will receive some of your words and your inspiration and your, if need be, criticism. Because I know you don't hold back, and I've been able to be fortunate enough to see you speak, and you are telling it as it needs to be told, and you have done it for years. So if you would do me the honor of just introducing yourself as you see fit to those that are listening, the masses that are going to tune in.
Yeah, well, again, thanks very much for having me. So, yeah, I'm Howard Fuller. I actually grew up in Milwaukee, although I was born in Shreveport, Louisiana. So I spent, my elementary school days, my high school days in Milwaukee. Graduated from North Division High School, so I'm proud to be a Blue Devil. Went to Carroll, what was then Carroll College, is now Carroll University, on a basketball scholarship. And I think I'm the first Black male to graduate from that college. And then, I went on to get my master's degree. And actually, while I was getting my master's degree in Cleveland, Ohio, was the first time I was actually arrested for, quote, civil rights activity. We had been sitting in at the school board, and the cops came in, threw us down 3 flights of stairs, beat us while they were throwing us down the steps. So that was my first experience with the police and demonstrations and what they do. And once I got my master's degree, I worked a year in Chicago for the Urban League. And then I went down to North Carolina as a community organizer, spent 10 years down there, learned everything that I know about organizing, during those 10 years. And then, I was arrested, I think, 3 times while I was there. It was the second time I was beaten by the police as a part of arresting us for demonstration. So I've had tear gas, I've had water hoses, everything that you could imagine, I've gone through. And then, when I came back to Milwaukee in 1976, I was involved in leading the coalition to save North Division. And then Michael McGee Sr. and I led the Coalition for Justice for Ernest Lacy, which, I'd love to talk about, since Ernest Lacy was killed July 9th, 1981, in exactly the same way that Mr. Floyd was killed. And so, so I've been involved out here for a while. And obviously the last 20 years I probably spent in education reform, specifically around vouchers, opportunity scholarships, charter schools. And, from 91 to 95, I had the great honor to be the superintendent of Milwaukee Public Schools. And right now, I'm just really honored that there's a school that's named after me that I helped start 16 years ago. And we just had our graduation on Saturday, and 54,
awesome.
All 54 of our seniors graduated. We had a phenomenal ceremony where people drove up, got out their cars, got their diplomas. It took us 6.5 hours to get through all of the seniors.
Oh, wow.